Giuliani was a wonderful guitar composer. He was a guitar virtuoso. He gave concerts throughout Europe, and he was also a friend of Beethoven. He composed a lot of music for a variety of guitar skill levels, all the way from beginner pieces up to concert virtuoso pieces. So if you don't know this composer, I would recommend you checking him out. The piece is called Andantino, and that means it's going to be a little faster than Andante. So Andante is a slow tempo, and it's also going to be a little more lighthearted. All right, so we're going to begin with 1 and 2 down, and it goes 1, 2, 3. And then for the next measure, I put my pinky down, and I play that note plus the open third string. 1, 2, 3. A third measure, slowly, and then the fourth measure. And then that last measure of the line is 1, 2, 3. All right, so that line slowly goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, one thing to look at, and this shows up a couple other times, is in measure 4, we have a rest. So if you take a look at measure 4 again, 1, 2, I will stop the strings a couple different ways. For this one, I might take these fingers and just drop them to mute the strings, or 1 to use the right hand and just put the hand down on the strings, which then stops them. All right, measure 6. We got this, 1, 2, and then middle finger goes down, 3, and then 3 and 4. Open, and then 1 and 2. And another rest. So let's do 6, 7, and 8 slowly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. All right, measure 9. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. And sometimes when I play that, I'll do more ponticello. So I'll go. And all I do is just go down closer to the bridge to get that ponticello sound. All right, measure 11. So again, 1, 2, 3. Measure 12. Rest. Measure 13. 1, 2. Now it's, and then here. And then I use 3 and 4 because they're not being used right now. Open, 1 and 2. All right, so that line slowly is going to go 1, 2, rest, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. All right, so now we have a variation of what we just did. So a variation is whenever you take a piece of music and then change it around somehow. So you can still hear the original, but it's different. So in this case, he's added these eighth notes. But it's still the same basic melody. So measure 17, we're gonna go 1 and 2 again. And I just index middle finger. So that measure is 1 and 2 and 3 and measure 18, it goes 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and then measure 19. So this is an example, especially if this is difficult for you, where I would just practice, I would take out that open third string and just go, just practice that. And then once you have that down, add in that open third string. All right, and that last measure of the line is, all right, so that whole line slowly is going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. All right, measure 21 slowly. And then 2 and 4. Measure 22. Measure 23. But then this last measure is a C chord. So if you put a C chord down, you should be all set. So that line slowly is going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Measure 25. You got 2 and 4 down. 3 and open first. Back to 2 and 4. 27. Measure 28. All right, so that line slowly again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 measure 29. 2 and 4. First finger. And then 1 and 2. And then what I will do is I'll keep that middle finger down and I'll put these two down. And then my third finger here. So you don't actually need this middle finger, but for me, anytime I can keep a finger down when I shift position or change to a different chord, it creates more security in the left hand. So slowly it's going to go. And in the next measure, and in that C chord again. So that line one more time.